Smokin Bert Cooper, his first action since that memorable November night in Atlanta facing Cecil Coffey. And Ferdy, just what is the state of the heavyweight division right now? Can the young lions and the old codgers keep things going?
Well, I think it's in a state of excitement and anticipation. You have 5 young kids that are all either undefeated or barely defeated, challenging Razor Ruddock, Ruddock Bowe, Lennox, all of those guys are in there, as well as what I call the tombstone champions, which is Holmes and Foreman. Unfortunately or fortunately, they are the marquee value fighters. George Foreman and Larry Holmes have been great champions. They're back to challenge again. So I think there's a lot of excitement. The key to the heavyweight picture, I think, is how long does Evander Holyfield want to fight? If he wants to fight for the next 2 or 3 years, it's going to be excitement all over the place.
And how about the middleweights? Julian Jackson, some say one of the best kept secrets in boxing. Is he in the class by himself?
Maybe not by himself, but damn near by himself. Julian Jackson's one of those kind of guys who is almost perfect. He's almost perfection. But remember, Mike McCallum is in there, Tony's in there, and Tony Norris wants to come up from junior middleweight to middleweight. That makes 4 exciting middleweights that can have a heck of a tournament. That could be excitement for a year or 2.
Okay, we are getting set for our first bout of the evening. Smokin Bert Cooper versus Cecil Instant Coffee. And Smokin Bert in his locker room. He sent shockwaves through the boxing world when he almost stunned Evander Holyfield as a last-minute replacement. He is rated number 9 by the WBA, number 10 by the BC, number 12 by the IBF. Meanwhile, Cecil Coffey is unranked. Now, to get title shots, do guys like Cooper and Coffey have to get lucky breaks like Cooper got as a last-minute replacement for Francesco Damiani against Evander Holyfield?
That wasn't a lucky break. That was a miracle. And in order to get a miracle, you want to have to win decisively tonight to have the opportunity to stand there when they're looking for somebody and be there. If he loses tonight, it's bye-bye. If he wins, good. If he wins like he should win tonight, then he's standing there for another shot.
Well, Smokin Bert Cooper certainly took his best shot on that fateful night, November 23rd, 1991, against Evander Holyfield in Atlanta. Few spectators were surprised when the champion floored the underdog challenger in the first round. Cooper got off the canvas and began to reverse his fortune. But all who witnessed the bout were stunned when Cooper sent Holyfield reeling into the ropes, necessitating an 8 count to the champ in the 3rd round. Holyfield rallied to stop Cooper in the 7th. Smokin Bert lost the war, but he won the battle for his credibility among heavyweights. Now he must hope he can get close enough to get another chance. And now in the ring for the first time since his near shocker against Evander Holyfield, Smokin Bert Cooper, who proved to the world, at least in his mind, that he is a worthy contender, looking to capitalize on that November fight. Overall, a yo-yo type career, but he has to feel right now he is at the top of his game. Then again, you never know which Bert Cooper will show up. And Cooper's opponent, Cecil Coffey, who falls under the category of club fighter. He told us he is fully aware of how vital, how important tonight is, his biggest fight ever. Tonight he tries to enhance his reputation by stunning a man who came so close to upsetting the champ of the world, Coffey, a 7-1 underdog. Let's go to the numerical breakdown, the tail of the tape. Cooper, in so many wars, he actually looks older than 26. Both stand 6 feet tall. Cooper at 217, Coffey 216. Cooper was 215.5 for Holyfield, in case you're wondering. Cooper with the 2-inch reach advantage. To the Nevada rules, 10-point must system, 3 scoring judges, no standing 8 count, 3 knockdown rule in effect. Only the referee can stop the fight, and a fighter cannot be saved by the bell except in the final round. So here at the Mirage Ballroom, set for our first matchup, Bert Cooper versus Cecil Coffey. Let's get the official introductions from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very good evening to you and welcome to the beautiful Mirage Resort in Las Vegas, Nevada, as Don King Productions and the Mirage present the first of our 3 feature bouts of the evening. And in this bout, we are introducing the big men of the sport, heavyweights in action, scheduled for 10 rounds of boxing. Presenting the judges for this bout, we have Chuck Jompa, Art Lurie, and Dave Moretti. And presenting the referee in charge of this heavyweight 10-rounder, Jay Nady. Well, fans, introducing to you first on my right. He is fighting out of the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing black trunks with red trim. He is originally from Flatwoods, Kentucky, now fighting out of Beckley, West Virginia. He weighed in at 216 pounds with a fine record of 20 wins, 3 defeats, 2 draws, and 18 wins by way of knockout. Welcome a fighter they call Cecil Instant Coffee. And his opponent across the ring. On my left, fighting out of the red corner, he is wearing black trunks with silver trim. He is fighting out of Salem, Virginia, by way of Sharon Hill, Pennsylvania. He weighed in at 217 pounds with a record of 26 wins, 8 losses. He has 23 wins by way of knockout. He is ranked the number 9 heavyweight contender in the world by the WBA. Introducing the always smoking Bert Cooper. Once again, here's your referee in charge, Jay Nady.
Do you have any questions? I gave you your instructions in the dressing room. You have 10 rounds of boxing. Keep your heads back and your punches up. Anything else? Let's go to work.
So we're getting set for Smokin' Bert Cooper against Cecil Instant Coffee. There's a good look at Coffee. He made it very plain to us he is not a boxer, although he is aggressive. He told us that he'll try to avoid a brawl. He said that Cooper will bring the fight to me. Round 1 scheduled for 10. Bert Cooper told us he is looking to end it early. A straight-ahead fighter a la Joe Frazier, his early inspiration, thus the nickname. A heavy-handed puncher, employs the 1-2 shot, body and head, more of a body puncher who Ferdy likes to wear down his opponents.
What to look for there is that Joe Frazier left hook. He's worked in the gym for a long time before they threw him out with Joe Frazier, and he picked up all of Joe's good habits. So look for that hook to come in.
We saw a left hook there by Coffee that waved in the wind. Bert Cooper has been off drugs now for over 2 years, he tells us. He took the Holyfield fight on just 4 days' notice, amazingly, almost shocking the champion. Combination by Cecil Coffee.
Well, Cecil Coffey's trying to get those hooks away from his body. He doesn't like that. Those hooks landing to the body are very heavy on the part of Bert Cooper, but also they're low, right at the level of the belt line. Don't get warned for that.
More uppercuts that were low by Smokin' Bert Cooper. Cooper's nickname perhaps shouldn't be Smokin', but Cat, since he's had so many lives. He's had more crossroads than a Rand McNally map. There's a right uppercut by Cooper. Well, he's had a career marked by many ups and downs. Perhaps the biggest down was June of '89 when he ballooned to 211 for George Foreman in Phoenix and didn't come out for the 3rd round. Tested positive for drugs. The Arizona Commission held up his purse, and it looked like his career was history, but he bounced back with a win over Alton Norris 3 fights later for the NABF heavyweight title.
Well, as we said at the opening, the measure of a man is what happens to him after his defeats and his adversity. He whipped the drugs, and that is the biggest victory in his life. He's back. He's alive in the heavyweight division, and he almost became the Cinderella heavyweight champion of all time. Would have been even bigger than Douglas's win.
And he's the only man to put Holyfield on the canvas, too. He fought Ray Mercer. He broke Ray Mercer's jaw. Mercer, who recently lost to Larry Holmes, called it the toughest fight of his career against Smokin' Bert Cooper.
Cooper's doing everything he can to go home early here. Everything he is throwing is as hard as he can throw. He's not tentative at all. He's not looking to where his target is. He knows where the target is, and he lets fly with everything he has.
There's a right by Bert Cooper. That was a glancing blow, fortunately for Cecil Coffee. Cooper constantly stays on top of his opponents. Will take 2 to 3 punches to give 1. A heavy right hook by Bert Cooper, and down goes Coffee, down to 1 knee.
4, 5, okay?
The clock will save him. That's his friend right now. Not enough time to finish it off.
And that is it for round one as Coffey went down in the final seconds.
Breathe. Well, got your Vaseline. Okay, Cecil, look at me and understand what I'm saying. The reason why you got caught that time is because you didn't step inside and walk him to the right.
2 looks at this knockdown, and it was sort of a delayed reaction. The punch was there high on the air, and that one, the right hand was right cross, right where you want it. And Cecil Coffey apparently had a thought down. He thought about it, and he went down. It wasn't a reflex. It wasn't like his body just went. He just said, wait a minute. Things are not working right, and he went down. Very smart on his part. Very smart on the part of Cecil Coffey. Sorry.
Round 2. Well, I'll tell you, Ferdy, with a name like Cecil Instant Coffey, no truth to the rumor, Bert Cooper asked him if he'd like 1 lump or 2.
Did you hire a writer for all this stuff? Coffey got creamed. You got all of those remarks out of our system the first 2 rounds.
We're sorry, folks. Well, Cecil Coffey looking to bounce back. He talked to us a great deal about his 2 children and his wife, Shady. I don't think that's on his mind right now. He is looking to survive against Bert Cooper here in the early goings of round 2.
Exactly what he told us he didn't want to happen. A shootout in the early rounds is happening to him because he does not know how to keep off Bert Cooper, who is determined to get out of here early.
Coffey's fans watching back in Flatwoods, Kentucky, population 10,000. Cecil told us he's doing this for his wife and kids. Coffey, a former 3-time West Virginia Golden Gloves heavyweight champ. Bert Cooper rated number 9 by the WBA, number 10 by the BC, out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Oh, down goes Coffey again, and blood streaking from his nose.
5, 6.
He might have broken his nose on that one, and he's over. He's not getting up. If they let that continue, something's wrong. I mean, look at him. He doesn't even know where he's at.
Referee Jay Nady calling time. They'll get the doctor. It is all over. It is all over here in the round 2.
Absolutely correct. Absolutely correct on the part of the referee and the doctor. The referee got him up, took him over to the doctor, and that's the end of that. But that was a picture perfect. Left uppercut set up just as it should be by a punch to the body, and then a perfect. I don't think we've seen a left uppercut like that since Holyfield flattened Douglas with that wonderful uppercut.
Look at that cut on the bridge of Coffey's nose.
And the blood was pouring from inside the nose as well as outside. It was well stopped. There's really no reason to continue.
Blood cascading from the nose of Cecil Coffey.
That was beautiful. Very tight.
All right, let's watch this textbook uppercut. There's the body shot. There's the uppercut. Just like they teach it in the gym. It couldn't be better. Loud boos for Don King, who's entered. What has he done recently? He just comes over to congratulate Cooper and console Coffey.
And from overhead, any angle you look at, just as painful to watch.
That angle might have even been better to watch the precision with which that punch and the force with which it landed. It could not have been better.
Well, I guess it was 1 lump all Bert Cooper needed against Cecil Coffey, right to the bridge of the nose of Coffey. And they're still working on the schnoz. 28-year-old Cecil Coffey out of Flatwoods, Kentucky. Let's go up for the official word. Our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time 1 minute 24 seconds in round number 2. On advice of the ringside physician, Dr. Flip Homansky, the referee in charge, Jay Nady, stops the contest. The winner by way of technical knockout, Smokin' Bert Cooper.
Well, Cooper told us he was looking to end this thing early, and he lived up to his word. He is now 27-8 with 24 knockouts. A second-round TKO for Smokin' Bert Cooper. Coming up next here is Julian Jackson looking to defend his WBC other ideas. Let's take a look, and we'll also take a listen to that knockout in regular speed. Bert Cooper over Cecil Coffey.
Go over there. Go there. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Get up. 9. Take a look here.
A dazzling right uppercut that hammered Coffey to the canvas. Bert Cooper standing by with the fight doctor. Ferdy?
You said you wanted to go home early. You look like you want to go in the first round.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. You know, I did what I had to do in the gym, and it paid off inside the ring.
You know, that looked like a Joe Frazier finish there. Did you learn that from Joe?
Nah, I learned watching from Mike.
Yeah?
You know what I'm saying? Mike usually throw that body and uppercut. So I just, you know.
Right. We've seen it about 4 times. Now, you describe what that was. It happened so fast. You tell me exactly what you threw.
Okay, it was a right hand and
right hand to the body.
Yeah, and brought it up to the middle with a hook. Called the Tyson.
All right, let's take a look at the first one, which I call a think down. I mean, he got hit and then he thought he better go down.
Yeah.
Watch this. He gets hit by your right hand. Now coming back, right hand. Now watch. He thinks about it. He thinks about it. I better go down. I think I better go down. And he goes down.
Right.
You think you had him hurt there?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. He was buzzing.
And then, of course, here's perfection, fistic perfection in action. And that's what you call as good an uppercut as you're going to see, maybe as good as Holyfield knocked Douglas out with.
That's it, Mr. Tyson.
All right, now you're back in line. Let me ask your mentor, Don King. Got a line of heavyweights going. Where does that fit Bert?
Bert is right at the top. He's the uncrowned champion of the world. If you look at it like it is, he beat Evander Holyfield. Unfortunately, sometimes when you get a decision, you don't get the decision. You know, but the people out there know what happened, and I think Bert is ready now to get in there and take on any one of them.
All right, a little rest and then back to the gym?
And back to the gym, back to the drawing board.
All right, I'm going to take a little rest and back to Steve Albert at ringside.
Showtime.
All right, Ferdy, thanks.